All right, and we are finally live after some technical difficulties. Of course, as everyone can see from the title, I've got the illustrious Dragon Foxy, everyone's favorite little bro with the biggest floof.
Illustrious. I think
Yes.
that word is bigger than I am. Jeez.
So yeah, unfortunately, as we were prepping here, as soon as I went live, Streamlabs started freaking out. Just like the last stream, for some reason, the combination of Sea of Thieves, VTube Studio, and Streamlabs causes Streamlabs to freak the fuck out and start like maxing out my GPU resources. So I'm gonna have to switch to OBS at some point, I guess, or there's something else that's going on. Doesn't happen when I'm playing other games, so I don't think it's VTube Studio's fault or Streamlabs necessarily. Sea of Thieves is clearly doing something that is throwing a wrench into the works. So we're gonna have to do this old school with some reactive images. But without further ado, this is of course a community weekend with a bunch of fun things to do, and you know, I decided we'd bring along a fun person to do those things with.
Now let the chaos begin.
So got a laundry list of little things that we'll just talk about at the beginning here. So just to kind of set the scene for what we're doing here. So we've got the we got this new emote that Foxy's showcasing that I thought would be fun to do. So the sequel to the Paw Wave is the performing pup emote, and we've also got Foxy Jr. dancing along with us. I think this is very reminiscent of the song Conga, and like this would go perfectly along with that.
Oh yeah, it would.
And for reference, the Paw Wave was this whole thing, which is basically the little dance that that dog pets will do when you're dancing in game. So that's a cute little thing. So I wanted to start off by being selfish and showing off my ship, because I have been doing some big boy grinding. Decided to finally work toward the legendary Hunter of the Sea of Thieves, the achievement for insane people. So I've actually been doing that off stream, like at work most of the time, admittedly, but also just chilling with Miz and even Foxy last weekend. He joined me. We had a nice fun chat while we just did some fishing, just
hanging out.
Two bros on a fishing trip, like apropos of nothing. I was like, "Hey, Foxy, you want to play Sea of Thieves?" He's like, "Sure, let's do some pirating." I'm like, "Psych, we're going fishing." But it was fun, and of course, I did ask for permission first, and he was like, "Sure, you know, let's do it."
Don't let him lie to you, Dad. I was drug into it. I had no choice. I was given no options here. But
See,
it was
I was gonna be all nice and say, like, unironically, that was some of the most fun I've had in this game in a long time.
It was a good time.
I mean, we also had this conversation about something big Sea of Thieves streamer Fuzzy Bond has mentioned, that like the voyages in Sea of Thieves are really just an excuse to connect people. Like the gameplay is very simple. And it's very repetitive, but at the end of the day, you're getting a map that's taking you to an island. Like, what if you encounter someone who's at that island doing something else, and you have a conversation, you have a fight? Who knows? That's the point of the game. And you know, again, sometimes the most fun you have in this game is not the game itself; it's the fact that the game is acting as a vessel for you to create other memories with another person.
Friendos you make along the way.
For sure, and the fish you eat.
Yes.
So I spent literally an entire week off at Tribute Peak, off at the ass end of the map, just because there's a pond there where pondies will spawn and then they'll immediately despawn because of the collision there. And so you just put your fishing rod there, move your mouse occasionally so you don't get kicked due to the AFK timer. And you wait for boots and hats and skulls and fish bones to appear on your line, and you collect some of those and you sell them when you feel like you've got enough, and you don't want to tempt the idle timer any more than you need to, because if you're doing it in safer seas like I was, so that's someone who's like trying to do a tall tale and like engage with the story doesn't come up behind you and be like, "Hey, fuck that guy," and sink your ship, and then you can't go to a sea post to sell your garbage.
Rip.
literally just like modern plastic fishing is what it is. You're just grabbing junk and you're bringing it to people that can deal with it responsibly. But with all the fishing that I've been doing, because I've now completed, I decided to do all the difficult ones first. So we did the battle gills, then the stormfish after that. Then I went for the isle hoppers and the pondies because they don't need bait. So I thought, well, okay, treacherous plunder can only appear if you don't have bait on your line, because they don't want you to feel like you're wasting your bait. But that also makes it much more difficult to get treacherous plunder as a result, because most of the time you are fishing with bait. But now all I just have are the regional fish. So I'm just going to be having some chill fishing trips, just sitting on the dock at any of the outposts, just minding my own business. So I decided to decorate Petrichor, this ship that has no name because that's been bugged all season, with some of these things. So I put a skull here and a boot here. I'm also wearing the same model that they used for the old hat and the old boot. I'm wearing those on my character, which respectively are the dashing tricorn and the seafoam castaway bilge-rat boots. Any of the castaway ones are similar, but I think the color of the seafoam is the direct match there. And then I've got, the hat here and the fish bones here, because I like shipwreck so much. We got the shipwreck painting, got the Black Cloud Wreckers that we did the previous disaster stream for, where VTuber Studios just fucked our shit up. Got the rare snow wrecker here because I just like the angular lights, and then I've got the nighttime one above the bed because I thought it would be like a night light. And I've also got, like, similar to my bedroom IRL, I've got my clock, and I've got like a kettle with some cups for like, some drinking water. Oh, there's actually another trinket spot here. Huh. I don't know what I'm gonna put there, but I thought there was only 2, because that was my entire thing. Is I thought there were 4 things and there were 4 pieces of treacherous plunder. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll have to think of what I'm gonna put there. But I've got the first animated painting from the Guild Emissary Ledger. What we really want though is the next one. Is very pretty. It's got constellations on it that change, and then the third and final one is a nice underwater painting that I haven't seen in game yet. So we'll see how that goes. And then over here we got the other Emissary Ledger rewards. We got the Astrolabe, the mysterious siren carving, the guild's first coin, another clock because it actually works, and I think that's really fun. Not me checking my audio just because I was like, I haven't actually used Discord on stream for a while, and I want to make sure that Foxy hasn't been muted the entire fucking time. Thankfully, we're okay.
I get it.
I did my job.
Me too.
We got the Bullion Crown trinket from the other mystery that I wasn't able to complete. But I like how it looks like a C button from the X64, which is one of my favorite video game controllers because it's so fucking goofy. Got my fucking weirdo ASMR station up here. I've got my 3D, not that I have one IRL, but I've got the 3D IO head with some bottles that would make some bloop 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 noises that are really nice. And then I've got this kind of vaguely tiger looking Twilight Stormfish, because it glows in the dark at night, and I like that. So yeah, that's kind of it for the ship. Now, just to quickly talk about the community weekend. So we've got a new flag. As a result of that, and we're not equipping it right now, but that was one of the rewards. We got the fun little puppy dance that we got before stream. I was joking that the pirate lord just leans on our shoulder and is like, "Yar, ye be a couple fine puppy boys, mateys," and it's just like, okay, man, keep some more like Sea of Pervs, and it's like, "Yar, you can call me."
If it calls upon us.
not the pirate lord, but ye pirate master. And it's like, no pet play today, thank you. So as the weekend goes on, so we're getting 2.5 times rewards for anything we do. There are Twitch drops, including the Obsidian Captain's Bed, because players did 100,000 voyages, and newer players can go on Skeleton Fort voyages, and also one Legend of the Veil voyage. So we're going to do one of those later, just for funsies, because it seems appropriate for the activities of the weekend. And but we are also going to do a Skeleton Fort for the merchants, because Foxy is like 2 levels away from being 15 with the merchants and getting his merchant emissary. And we last time we played, I had Foxy dress himself up, but he needs more money to go on a sweet shopping trip. So, you know, just imagine a fucking sloop coming by and being like, "Get in, loser, we're going shopping." But the first activity is going to be a gigantic 2-hour potential waste of time, in that we are going to be doing the Fallen Sea Dog mystery, which is a limited time event in the game. That was like a ARG kind of murder mystery with clues in game and outside of it. So I'm going to read some stuff as we go along, and we're going to do some activities, and hopefully it'll work this time, because when Safer Seas came out, I did it there first, because you have to do it on one server. So hopefully, because we're early enough in the evening, we don't get server merged and lose any progress from other people signing out. So, Fox, if you would like to follow me to shore, there is a box of personal effects over here, and a skeleton.
All right.
It's just remains. What could have happened here?
Oh my god.
And there are some footprints in the sand leading the way over here to a little note. From shell of red into water deep, the truth shall come to light. So over here, there is a conspicuously placed red shell that is pointing in this direction into the water.
Shell.
So if we dive and start swimming in this direction and keep your eyes on the sea floor, we should be able to find a box. I think it's right here. So I can no longer interact with this, but Foxy, if you do.
Let's see. Suspicious red box. Stick our hands inside, as one does.
Yeah.
Fallen Sea Dog Lantern.
There we go. That's what we needed to do at Sea Dog's Rest.
So far, so good.
As VTubers are wont to do, they will stick their hands in other people's boxes with consent.
It's just in our Dunna, man.
That took me a second to comprehend. Not sure how I feel about that expression, but sure, we'll go with it. Sorry, I should have asked before I hooked your booty, but
okay.
You're on the ship now. Also, my content brain didn't kick in early enough. We got a message in a bottle and dug up some treasure that we're gonna sell real quick before we hop halfway across the world. And I made Foxy bring the chest of 1,000 grogs to the island. But don't you worry, we're gonna have him carry it to the Sovereigns over at Port Merrick in a second.
The pain's not over yet. Worry not.
I mean, to be fair, that's how getting drunk is. Like first you get wasted and you stumble your way back into bed, and then you get because VTubers are want to not hydrate. Oh, hold on, there's a shark. Give me a sec. Gotta have a gamer moment. There's a commendation for shooting sharks with a double-barreled pistol, which they are patching soon. They are making it a lot easier. Oh, did it despawn? I think it despawned.
We ran it over with the boat, Captain.
Oh, look, that's how that... Oh, wait, no, easier. So they are reducing a lot of the requirements for the Season 12 commendations that they added. They're going to be a lot more reasonable, but we don't actually know what those amounts are going to be, so may as well do them while they're here. And then if we've already completed them once they patch that, then you just need to do one more, and you get the commendation, and it's going to be good. But, you know, I'm hoping when they do that same thing that they also patch in the merchant stuff, so that the achievements for delivering fruit crates and gunpowder kegs are not more insane than the week I just spent looking for garbage in the ocean. Oh, pop-up plunder has appeared.
Pop-up plunder.
We're gonna do those later. So basically, what's just happened is the Sea of Thieves account has literally just tweeted out an image of I think that's Devil's Ridge, and there is a little clue in that image. Oh, what Meg did we get? Oh, that's one of the rare ones. May as well.
He's cool looking.
Yeah, he's one of the green one and the black and red one are the least common. And then the blue and the purple are the most common. And then there's also the Shrouded Ghost, which is basically like a shiny Pokemon. It's it's albino and it has its own soundtrack. He's going to be over on your side in a sec. I'll repair.
Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Show me where you are, beastie.
So, as I was saying, the image of Devil's Ridge that they shared has some red and blue lines in a particular pattern, which is probably hinting at something. I think that might actually be hinting at one of the wall paintings. It's probably a reference to something like that, and that's kind of your direction to know where to dig. But the nice thing is that because it's a community weekend thing, people will quickly share images of where the treasure actually is. So we're gonna do at least one of those because I wanted to do that on stream. It'll get easier as we stay up. I didn't ask before we went live. How are you for like time today, Foxy?
Good.
Because I'm the kind of person that will just stream forever, as long as I'm not tired.
I will hang in there the best I can. Ow.
Oh, hi, sir.
He's mean. Why is he so mean?
Oh, you died. I see.
Rest in pieces, my soul.
Still hoping that one day I'll run into the Shrouded Ghost, specifically on stream, because that would be the hypest shit ever.
That would be pretty hype.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Legendary Hunter of the Ancient Terror. I was actually closer to my next commendation on that than I expected.
Nice.
Not sure why I'm getting Athena's Fortune reputation for that. I guess that, okay, I think what that is that's a commendation for defeating that particular one after becoming a pirate legend, so I probably got a small amount of stuff for that.
Nice.
Here, friend. Fish.
OMG. Thank you. Hell yeah.
Got one back on the island, and it was a splash tail, so they're dirt common. I don't feel as bad about eating them, because that's the thing that's going to be nice for me, is that once I've gotten all the fish, I will no longer have to worry about like oh, I found a fish, I shouldn't eat it, because I can sell this for completion statistics. Also, just noticed my stream manager is like way far behind, so I'm gonna refresh that. Ooh, that is not catching up. Yeah, I probably should have just restarted stream. Oh well.
Is it still struggle busing? Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, I think stream delay is just super high because of the issues that we had earlier. Which is just a little inconvenient because I do rely on that to make sure that everything is looking fine. But
right.
Whatever, it's fine. Unfortunately, the rewards from Megalodons aren't super great.
It's you know, it's all about the notoriety, reputation. The fact that you can just say that you did and it sounds cool whenever you're talking on online forums.
Yeah. Well, what has happened is when people post like screenshots of Megs, they're like, "Ha, good Photoshop, bro. That doesn't exist." or they just say like, "Why did you post an image of water?"
What assholes.
Because it is that rare. It's like a 0.01% chance or something insane like that.
Yeah.
And like Megs are already pretty rare. So Megs and skeleton ship spawns appear based on in-game time you spend in game. After a certain amount of days and nights in game, they are triggered to spawn as you're sailing. So what would often happen when I was at Tribute Peak fishing over the course of several in-game days and nights, I would then go back to sell my stuff and get attacked by both a skeleton ship and a Meg at the same time.
Hell yeah!
And one time it was a galleon, and they had peace balls which prevent you from using your cannon. So it's like, okay, I need to run because I can't actually shoot back at this ship that has 3 cannons that keep preventing me from using my cannons.
Yeah, that is not nice.
That was just like the worst RNG I've ever seen. That said, I have to take back literally what I just said because we got like 2 shipwrecked chests, which are I didn't actually realize. I thought the main reason I thought they weren't worth it is because I didn't think you could actually get shipwrecked chests from Megs.
Yeah. I
know you could get those like just underwater on beaches and from skeleton ships, but I didn't realize you could get those from Megs, and we got 2.
Nice.
And I'm very close to completing that achievement, which is for the gold hoarders, you got to get 300 shipwrecked chests, and I'm at 219.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. This is progress in the right direction then.
Yeah. All right, so if you come over here, we're going to vote on the guild emissary, so that all the stuff that we sell counts against the leaderboard. I've not been focusing on that this month, but
can't prioritize everything at a time. Come on now.
I've spent so much time grinding those over the last few times. Focus is important if you actually want to complete some of those goals, especially the ones that are like based on like a month time limit, you know?
Focus. Lol.
For reference, Foxy, the vote was like right in front of the Sovereign.
Wait, that's where?
Right where
I'm already
standing.
lost. And
Yeah.
you
Oh, you're upstairs.
are... Okay.
Yeah, I went to where the harpoon was. No worries. You'll learn in time. Oop. I see you're saving the best for last.
You know... Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Now I'm standing like, oh, God, now there's heights involved. Oh, no. Okay, nope, this is the direction. This is the direction. Nope, that's the direction. This is the direction. We're doing fine. Be still. Stand still. I need to talk to you.
Here, no, take it. Take it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so painful.
All right, and now we're gonna lower this so we can be stealthy.
Bam! Get out of here. All right.
All right. So I want to show off my lantern because it's really pretty. It's blue.
Ooh.
It's a nice little snow globe. It's an older season pass reward that they brought back. There was a red one that I got one holiday season. But I always saw that's when I was like, oh man, I hope they bring it back in some form, and they did, and it cost like 1,500 doubloons, which is a lot. But I'm showing that off because we are going to be changing both our spyglass and our lantern potentially. So we got the Fallen Sea Dog lantern, which I may as well show off now. Equipment chest, right. Which is this one. A lantern found in a sunken chest near Sea Dog's Rest. Surprisingly, it still works. And then my spyglass is the rum bottle spyglass. Okay. For my reference after streaming, because I forget which one I was using. And then we're going to be looking for Lassetti's spyglass. An unusual spyglass with a distinctive scratch on the lens. I keep this lying around. So, looking through this, we've got a, this might be hard to see at night. We've got a skull and bones with a cutlass that has a marking similar to the Eye of Reach sights. So we're going to be using that to line up objects in the environment, and it's going to tell us where to stand to do something, where the X marks the spot, basically. So, we do need to get Foxy his spyglass. So we are going to need to go to Crooked Masts. And the closest island to that, I believe, is Shipwreck Bay. And one of the tall tales in the Ashen Age, the Seabound Soul, goes there. So if you'd like to vote on that, Foxy.
Voting.
And then the Fallen Sea Dog lantern looks like this. It's kind of cool. I don't know if we actually need it, though, because what you would do with this originally is it would reveal some clues on, like, beaches and stuff. There was one that I have a screenshot of. Oh, god damn it. Hold on. Never mind. I want to test to see if this works or not. We're not going to do it for everyone. Let's cancel the voyage again. Sorry. I didn't realize where the screenshot was taken. It was still at Sea Dog's Rest.
Boom.
And then Pop-Up Plunder. Pop-Up Plunder is waiting to be found on the sea you're sailing. Visit the events menu and Sea of Thieves social channels for more clues and information. And once someone digs that up, the chest that the Pop-Up Plunder is inside of, like if it's a chest with a few items inside it, well, nobody's grabbed it yet. The chest itself will have an icon on the map similar to the Pop-Up Plunder symbol that we just saw on the voyage. So that could be a whole variety of things. It could be a chest with some Breath of the Sea items. It could be some treacherous plunder. It could be a storage crate filled with a whole bunch of trophy fish. It could be a ashen chest of legends or a chest of fortune, and maybe some other things. But those are the ones that I saw, and it's random for every server. So it's not guaranteed to be the same for every person who posts a screenshot. So like I said, I don't know if the clues still work, but as we sail around, I'll read some of the original mystery text. Not all of the clues, because I don't think it's formatted in a particularly conducive way for me to really like replay the entire event for people. But you know, we'll do what we can. But I guess the text that's relevant so far is The skeletal remains of DeMarco Singh have been discovered on Sea Dog's Rest. Found on the remains are the clothing and belongings of DeMarco, including his necklace, trousers, gloves, boots, belt, sachet, a bottle, and his hat. His jacket is missing. Near to the remains is a music box and several footprints leading to a note. The note reads, "From shallow fret into water deep, the truth shall come to light." A riddle that leads to an old sailor's chest submerged out from the southeast shore. In the chest is the fallen Sea Dog lantern with mystical powers that can be used to reveal clues relating to the murder of DeMarco.
Oh, snap.
Apparently not long after the remains were discovered, Lissetti Singh, DeMarco's sister, visited the island. She could be found seated haphazardly on the beach near the remains, drinking from a tankard. She would mumble to herself sorrowfully and had no interest in conversing with other visitors. A short time later, she moved on from the island to an unknown destination. I'll continue reading that as we move on. Son of a bitch. This is exactly what we're trying to avoid. But this is fine, because we haven't started doing this stuff yet. But this is worrisome. Hopefully we've just entered a very populated server. Game is going to freak out for a second.
Calm down, game. It's okay.
I'm just going to get my double barrel pistol out. There we go. Oh, the harpoon's doing some weird shit. Oh, and I can't use it now. Cool. Well, we're going to be diving to another server anyway to teleport over to wherever the fuck. So... Alright. So, does this still work? No. The clues do not function anymore. So there used to be a marking in the sand that said, "Who killed DeMarco?" And it would be revealed through the lantern. So, let us set up that voyage again. So we can get Foxy his spyglass. The pirate equivalent of pre-ripped jeans. It's already all scuffed up with some weird markings. Like that weird...
that way.
It should be... there would be a texture mod of that weird, like, diamond-shaped S that people would draw in high school.
Oh, damn. 100%.
Alright. Getting back to the lore here. So, investigating pirates have since uncovered DeMarco's ship log, and have found that prior to his demise, DeMarco had embarked on a secretive and seemingly dangerous mission leading into the Devil's Shroud. In the logbook, it's noted that in order to cover his tracks, DeMarco employed a crew unfamiliar to him and set sail aboard an undistinguished galleon. However, despite these efforts, he found himself pursued by Lissetti and possibly others. He chose to encode his chart for safekeeping, but unfortunately the key has been burnt up and spread across the sea. Fragments of the key are now being discovered by pirates, and very slowly the chart is being decoded. With part of the log decoded, investigating pirates have discovered the sunken shipwreck of the Howling Wolf deep below the waves at coordinates J7. The fallen Sea Dog lantern reveals 3 journals of DeMarco's crew in the shipwreck, which led to another ghostly vision of the Pirate Lord meeting with 3 other pirates at Thieves Haven. A note hidden in the Pirate Lord's quarters implies the Pirate Lord's involvement in the disappearance of the mutinous crew. It suggests that they are being restricted from reaching and using the Ferry the Damned to return to the Sea of Thieves. From this note, the skull of Sally Marshall was found, and through a meeting with the Order of Souls, one of the Madams was able to extract memories from Sally's skull. Her memories lead to the skull of Harry Handles. A second meeting with the Order of Souls was made to extract Harry's memories, which led to William Davy's skull at the Sunken Grove. There was no hidden text found on the island, but rather a broken music box and silver skull coin discovered on the ground near the skull. One of Wanda's journals now has a new line scrawled on his pages saying, "He is trapped. Find him." A third meeting with an order of souls using the skull from the sunken grove revealed not another vision, but a voice telling pirates that all the visions revealed with the lantern were lies fabricated by an unnamed female. The voice asks for help and instructs the listeners to follow the coins and seek her spyglass. And then we're going to be unveiling the finale of this whole shebang, but I don't think we can actually find any of the clues that are mentioned in this whole description here. Again, Foxy, if we can cancel that voyage.
Yep.
We're going east to Crooked Masts. So yes, that server merge so early in our quest was worrisome, but
We will see how it goes and hope for the best.
what I'm going to do is, if we could opt into this. So I've opted us into the Skull of Siren Song. So now we're going to have some voyages that we're going to ignore. And we will now be able to see if any other crews on this server have dug up either the key or the chest of Siren Song. And we'll see a light indicating where they are, so we can indicate that other players are still on here. Oh wait, we don't need to go to Crooked Masts. Shoot. Where was the spyglass? Oh, it is at Crooked Masts. Okay, never mind, sorry.
On with the quest. Oh, and good luck.
Ba-da-bum.
It's just a spot that, like, almost nobody goes. Because it's literally only been used for this.
Poor thing. It only has one purpose. But alas!
Pretty much. Let's see if somebody on this server grabbed the, Nope. For some reason, a bunch of Reaper chests are spawning around Devil's Ridge. Weird. Oh well. Nothing to do with us.
Just gonna let them be.
Reaper chests are actually pretty fun because it's kind of like being Reaper merchants in a way, because you're going to a shipwreck, you're digging up a chest, and then you're bringing it to the center of the map and just delivering the chest. I like to call it Reaper UPS.
I mean, all right, I can dig it.
Yeah. Also, just like exploring shipwrecks, they're fun.
Yeah.
The weird perspective is great, and that brings me to something I mentioned before stream. So yesterday, Foxy, I played a game on stream, a demo for a game called Valley Peaks. That I would highly recommend. It's a very cozy and wholesome game where you play a frog that is attempting to bring the horror of the Canadian telecom cellular service monopoly to the mountains and hook up Wi-Fi for a bunch of mountaineering frogs, and so you have to climb a whole bunch of mountains and then put radio transmitters on top of them for your corporate telecom overlords, so that people can watch TikToks instead of exploring mountains. But the game itself is incredibly gorgeous and fun, and it's got some cool, like, perspective flipping stuff when you're climbing the mountain. And it controls really well on a controller. And the best way I could describe it, it's like you were a kid. If you were ever a kid and you would, like, run up like a staircase in your home on all fours, that's basically what climbing the mountain feels like.
Would never do something silly like that. I have no idea what you mean.
No. Clearly, most serious VTuber, Dragon Foxy.
Oh yeah. No, I
Business.
only ever traversed stairs in a normal, socially accepted way.
Didn't Mod recently post something about, like, ADHD childhood memories, and that was one of them?
Yes, and I don't know what that is, and I definitely don't have it.
Okay, so apparently there is a skeleton hanging from a cage. I think it might be this.
Hey, buddy.
So if you look at this, do you have a prompt to reach inside this cage?
I do, and I will stick my hand in as one does.
I mean, we are VTubers. I mean, you know,
our paws go in everything.
There's a foot here. You know, that the sentence completes itself. All right, so you should have gotten Lassetti spyglass.
I did.
All right. So now that you've gotten some like actual useless garbage, we can start getting to work here. So we're basically going to go to a bunch of different islands, and there were some clues that'll tell us basically where we need to sort of focus the spyglass. That will then tell us where to stand, and then we're going to play a specific sea shanty to light up a sigil. And then once we lit up all 5, we go to a shrine where we're going to reveal a wall that has... Oh, we should do this, actually. Here, fuck. This will be fun for like a second. Follow me up to the top here.
Excuse me, chickens. I got somewhere to be. Stop getting in my way.
That's the kind of thing I would say just before offering you like a piggyback ride. just follow me to the top here.
Whee!
Oh, there's also a mysterious journal. What's in here? Oh, it's just a bounty. Never mind. If it was a merchant contract, that would have been hype. All right. And then there's a zip line. Whee!
We came all the way up here for a zip line?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Whee! Whoosh. 11 out of 10 would do again.
Whoa.
Ah!
Oh god, there are 2 of them.
The fun's been doubled. Also, you're on fire.
Yeah, that happens. I'm used to getting struck by lightning.
Ooh.
They're actually adding people are upset because it's the first ever curse that you can obtain through the Pirate Emporium for like real money. And like it used to be that curses were more tied to in-game accomplishments.
Yeah.
But it's basically like a lightning curse. And it also has kind of, I don't know if it actually has quite the Scar aesthetic. Like if anyone's familiar with like Watson from Apex Legends, the lightning scar, it's had a like kind of almost like floral pattern that extends out. It's got kind of that vibe as well, but yeah, you have like lightning eyes and like a lightning across the body, and I'm really excited for that because like I was looking at. Because like after doing all the fishing, I was like, it'd be cool if I could get something to represent like the wreckers or the stormfish that I gathered. And there have been some themed cosmetics, but they're pretty plain. And there's a fun little like, best way I could explain it is like a wrecker fursuit or like a kigurumi, where you've got like a wrecker hood with like the angler bit and everything.
Yeah.
So I might get that at some point. But yeah, I'm really excited for that lightning curse.
Yeah, no, that sounds pretty lit.
We are officially at the podcast portion of the stream where the responsibility of entertaining whoever comes by is going to be purely up to us and not the game. Because we're going to be spending a lot of time sailing between islands that all have to be done on the same server. And if we get server merged, there's really nothing we can do except cross our fingers, hope that we're still on the same server and that the other people got merged into ours instead.
So it doesn't like tell you if you got merged versus other people merging in?
No, because the specific phrase is merge, so it technically tries to combine both of them. Hence why when we were on that island earlier with the ghosts and the rowboat, the rowboat that you had pushed into the water was still there, but then another rowboat appeared on the island, and the number of phantoms that were there increased because we still had the original phantoms that were still there, but then more phantoms spawned because it was already in the state of, it's nighttime, this island has phantoms on it, we need to spawn more phantoms. So it technically kind of like resets the state of things while it also tries to maintain the existing state of things and kind of combine both. But whether or not that's successful is dependent on the programming, which is suspect at best. Especially given the issues that I've been having with performance this season, and how the game just does not want to capture alongside VTube Studio anymore with Streamlabs. And I'd really prefer not to have to set up OBS, but it's getting to that point where I should at least try it, I suppose.
I was reluctant for a long time, despite mods bullying.
I know it'll be fine, but like
Still a whole thing to do.
I just like my existing setup. It's
Yeah, for sure.
And I've gotten used to the interface of Streamlabs. And
I like the interface of Streamlabs.
apart from performance issues, there's really no reason to switch.
Right. Yeah, no, I like Streamlabs a lot when I was using it. It's very user-friendly, and it's
Yeah.
easy to look at.
I mean, like, if we want to have the conversation about how evil the creators are, I mean, then people shouldn't be using Stream Elements either. So, you know, just assume that every company is a villain out to get you first, and you
Pretty
know,
much.
make the decision as to how much you're willing to live with that particular brand of evil.
Yep.
I say as Adobe is leaning on Foxy's shoulder, seeing what kind of things he's drawing.
Freaking monsters. Friggin' monsters. Actually,
I
don't use
just-
Adobe for anything.
Okay, cool. I just know that you
So-
responded to it, so I was like, well, maybe
Oh,
that's
no,
for
I
some
didn't.
things.
Yeah, no, I know of them. I'm disappointed. It's more like, son, I am disappointed.
Yeah,
Because I know that, you know, they should be a company
that is trustworthy.
for creators.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking out for the futures of artists.
Oh, we've made
instead
this
of-
great, like,
you know.
creative platform. You'd think that we would have the interest of creative people in mind. Haha, no.
You would think so. I mean, it was almost the same vibe as like whenever Wacom used AI art in one of their ads, and you're like, guys, literally your
Yeah.
entire market is artists.
You know.
So, you know, just shame on Adobe.
But, you know, we can always have fun memes, like me imagining Foxy drawing some boys kissing or something, and then Adobe is like, what do you got over there? And then Foxy just spawns a milkshake.
Hell yeah.
Instead of an ostrich, it's just boys kissing. Hello, Russell. Welcome on in, man. We are- So Russell's one of the people who helped me learn Sea of Thieves in the early days.
Nice.
We actually met through the community of that other streamer I mentioned, Evi, that we talked about during our previous Sea of Thieves hangout. Yeah, so Russell understands immensely how much of a potential waste of time trying to do the fallen sea dog mystery is in today's economy.
We're gonna give it our best.
The only reason I'm doing this is because apparently there's like a cinematic scene at the end, and I thought it would be nice to get that on stream.
I believe.
Like, someday it would be nice to get the Glitterbeard Easter egg on stream, but that would require us to get 8 actual players together in a server cooperating to wait at an island until a specific time of the night, stand in 8 specific positions, and play specific instruments within a 1-minute window.
Wow.
It's simpler in practice, but it is a lot to ask of a few strangers to be like, hey, do you want to spend the next couple hours just doing this thing?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like a lot to coordinate.
Yeah. So we
Or
are
it's just 'cause
starting.
that's like my entire social circle.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the problem is you can't use your own social circle because you can only have up to 3 friends on a boat with you.
Right.
So you are forced to interact with at least one other galleon crew and hope that they're all on board. So Foxy, I did link you the list of the things that we're going to need to look at. So first we're going to Old Faithful. So apparently we have to stand on the large arch facing southeast, and we got to look at some specific things in a screenshot. I'm going to link this guide in chat as well so people know what the hell we're doing and can visualize just how convoluted this is going to be. This is Old Faithful, right? Yes. Okay. Unfortunately, this is one of the larger, most confusing islands to navigate. I think this was the hardest one for me when I did this way back when, and it didn't fucking work. So, you know, it's gonna be a great old time.
That
And I mean, we could also just like go up to the rock if we know exactly where it is, but they can be picky about positioning when it comes to this sort of thing.
we'll forge our way through.
I'm actually gonna hop out chat. So yeah, this is a couple islands in the wild have towers with skeletons on them.
Whee!
I don't think these ones stop firing at us once we approach, unlike the forts though. So we are gonna have to deal with the problem.
Rude.
Oh, the captain though, that's fun.
Hey guys.
Okay, dealt with that one, and then there's another emplacement over here. Dealt with both. Okay, now let's repair.
Meow, meow, meow.
All right, Foxy Jr., everything's fine.
No, panic. Only panic.
Captain Bosun Bolton. Really now? Okay.
Ah!
Like, apparently there was another skeleton there.
Those jerks.
Dealt with. What in the hell?
I need wood. Your wood.
That was strange. I don't normally respawn that quickly.
You know, feeling especially some way today. Bum, bum, bum.
God damn it. This guy's moving a lot. It's hard to hit him.
Alright, you got him.
What was the other thing I brought on board? Was it like an ammo pouch or something? Okay, should be fine. There we go. But he will have left skeleton orders. This is going to be a supply crate or a reaper chest, so we can ignore that. All right. So again, we are going to be looking for an arch to stand on.
On the large arch facing southeast.
Yeah, so it's going to be kind of north, but it's always a question as to what they defined as the large arch.
Just any arch. Not just that nice back arch. The
but
large arch.
I also
What?
think I might have just found the thing anyway. I think it's right here. And I need to stand here in front of this rock.
Oh, actually, that does look correct.
And then Ballad of the Myrrh. And it takes a few
Ooh.
seconds. So you
It does,
can't
it
just,
doesn't-
you gotta be confident in your placement. Okay.
We've got to believe.
So that's done. That went surprisingly easily. It's a good thing I've played this game for over 1,000 hours.
Woohoo!
Probably 1,100 by now, actually.
The fact that you say that like it's a huge number makes me feel better about my arc time.
I mean, it is. I mean, for most people, I'd say a large
no,
number
it
is
is.
over 100.
It is absolutely true. Yes.
Oh, more ghosties.
Leave me alone. I'm not here to bother you. I can't. I got what I wanted. You can go do spoopy things.
I cannot hit these things for the life of me. There we go.
You're wrecked. Bam, bam.
There. Okay, so that's Old Faithful done. So now we're gonna go southeast to Kraken Fall.
Kraken Fall. Oh, it's right above. Okay. Near the east side of the island by Grey Marrow's altar.
Well, it should be a relatively easy landmark to find, I reckon.
Hell yeah.
Okay, let me close this tab here. Oh yeah. Well, I do technically still have tits running. Let's do this. At least stuff will get thrown. Hold on. There we go. I should probably set that up better. Oh right, when I was testing stuff earlier, I should have closed lurk bait. Because it could also be the fact that I was running lurk bait at the same time.
Lurk bait.
Yeah, the fishing game.
Oh, okay.
That was one of the things that I didn't want to waste too much time on my just starting screen, so forgot to close it. But I'm pretty sure I did. I don't know what I did last time that happened on stream, but it's gonna be really fun too, because like we got our chibi models going and everything. But
Technical difficulties.
yeah, and what sucks is that it seems I can only test that when I'm live. Like, to be fair, I wasn't recording. So maybe recording is what causes things to start going haywire. But like, I thought that maybe it was like NVIDIA Shadow Play or something, but no. I turned that off. So, you know what? Fuck it. Let's give it a try. It might, now that we've like gotten things going. So here, hold on. Let's close lurk bait, because that doesn't at least sync to channel points or anything. So, and then I'm gonna hide my reactive image. Nope, immediately.
At least it was consistent.
Yep. Whoops.
Whee!
Is that a message in a bottle?
Maybe?
I mean, there's a coral one. Yep. Ooh. What do we get? Okay, let's hide that one. That is for. I should know the name of that island, but. It's probably Blind Man's Glue? Yeah, no, it's past. Oh well. I think we didn't crash, so that was good for me.
Expert navigation skills. After 1,100 hours, you're a pro.
Well, I mean, I tabbed out and I couldn't see anything, and I could just tab back and it's like, okay, well, this is either unavoidable or just by the skin of our teeth.
It turned out beautifully. It's fine.
Yeah. And the guild is getting pretty close to the first prestige, because when you earn what's called a distinction in this one by reaching level 100, and then it resets you back to 1, we'll get a Roman numeral underneath the guild plaque here. So that'll be exciting.
Cool.
I don't think we're going to be able to achieve it this weekend. If I had the wherewithal, I really wanted to stream other stuff yesterday though, because I've been stocking up on stuff I should be streaming. And to be fair, last night's stream was very productive.
Yeah, it sounds like fun.
All right, Kraken's Fall. Okay, I think I remember where that one is. It's a little finicky because the X that marks the spot is like right in the middle of a fairly large section. So this is one of those ones where having a second person to tell you if your positioning is correct is really good. But I might just be able to stand in the right position right away. Because I do.
I trust your skills.
I'm pretty optimistic.
The glass is half full. Maybe even 3/4.
And oh, thank you, me, for the hydrate redeem. Foxy, you should hydrate.
Hydrating. I don't do that.
I'm not clearing that redeem until you do.
All right. I hydrated. Out of my Gamer Subs waifu cup.
Oh hell yeah, gamer. Which one?
Oh,
you can't say that. Not share. I am drinking out of the big titty teacher one.
I am supporting VTubers.
All right. Oh, it's shipwreck though.
As long as it's not our ship.
You never know.
Give it time.
From another time and place. That would actually be kind of fun though, if it would take if like after a certain amount of time, ships that sunk on the server, like a shipwreck, spawns in their relative proximity with their name. That'd be a cool thing.
That would be cool.
Because unfortunately right now, journals don't really work. Because like when a captain ship sinks, you can get the captain's journal, and it will have like details about the crew, and they can even choose like to put certain stats in the journal. And it's kind of fun because you can also see like their log for like all, like it'll even tell you like for each in-game day. Good luck, Russell. You boogie those oogies. I totally derailed my train of thought. You can see what they did on each of the in-game days, and if they performed certain types of activities, like ran into a Meg or a Kraken, or did a particular event or something like that. You can see kind of like what they were up to during their session. It's a fun little thing. The problem is after a certain time they made it so that I think it's supposed to be like after they spend a certain amount of time in the water, all the text gets washed off. Or that's maybe something they dealt with to deal with like when the server loses track of things. But I think what's happening is because the game doesn't even know what the name of our ship is right now, because it doesn't display on the plaque. It's probably a similar situation where the server just isn't able to record that information, and so when you pick up some other crew's book, it's all just empty.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a bummer because I always thought that was a fun little Easter egg that you could stumble across from time to time.
Yeah, no, that is a really fun concept.
Like I put some cool stuff in mind that I would like other players to see occasionally, if anyone does happen to grab it and take a peek inside. There's some stuff that I haven't like achieved yet. But like for instance, I put like you can even put the number of shrouded ghost megalodons killed in there, even if you haven't killed one yet, so that when I have killed one, people will see that I've done that. Oh, we got a streamer on the server, Scorp QC TTV.
Not a streamer. Streamers are all scammers.
Being a streamer.
I know, yeah. Icky.
Okay, we'll need to...
Rip.
I don't know what their actual screen name is. Because they went through all the trouble of putting TTV in their name, but Googling it, I'm not getting anything.
They went through all that. Only for it to not mean anything. Nope, rip.
Don't worry, I have avenged you.
Eaten by sharks! That's not how I wanted to go out.
Yeah, typically if you're going out, you want to be the one doing the eating.
I know.
There we go.
Huzzah! Thank you.
You can grab the shark meat and cook it. Get revenge.
You know?
First you were dinner, now you can make them dinner.
Hell yeah.
It'd be a weird experience for a shark, though. I don't think they're typically used to ending up with a hairball.
Well, you know what? It'll be a unique experience.
Alright. Nowadays, I try not to make too many detours when I have an objective in mind, but shipwrecks are always kind of worth it, so...
Oh, yeah.
Because again, those skulls are quite valuable. Any of the kingly loot. We can just sell that stuff as we go by either Ancient Spire or Moros Peak, whichever one we end up closest to. Probably going to be Ancient Spire. All right. This was the southeast part of the island where all the Kraken bones are.
Bum bum bum. Bum bum ba ba dum.
So, what would be fun is if I could get the zip line up on here, and then for it not to be too tall for us to walk across.
It's a nice thought. Well, it's closer to the edge than I thought. Eh.
No, can't reach it. Alright, well. Now's the time to bring out the cutlass to do some sword dashing. Hello, Ms. We're about 2/5 of the way through our adventure here. I hope you're doing well despite the heat. Okay, so I believe this is the rock that it appears on. That
Placed first try,
is-
I believe.
That is that one. Approximately here. Let's see how chill it is with the positioning. Oh,
Oh. Oh.
is it lighting up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yay.
Well, I didn't see it, but it worked, so that's
It
all that
did.
mattered.
Hell yeah.
Alright. Back to the boat. We're doing good. Unfortunately, Miz, the technical issues I had with Streamlabs and VTube Studio freaking out are still persisting, and I don't know how to fix it. So, it only seems to happen when I'm streaming specifically. After we end stream, Foxy, I would like to test if recording or just having these two programs open is the problem, because I need to be able to test this off screen to see if I've actually fixed it or not. Because I don't want to like switch over to OBS and then go live and then discover, oh, OBS is doing the exact same thing. So if I can figure out that I can test it off stream, that'll be a lot better for me.
Heck yeah.
Actually, no, let's go to Morris Peak. Oh, hell yeah. A little bit of IRL piracy going on.
Piracy on this side of the screen and that side of the screen.
Yeah, Miz. Unfortunately, it seems like the issue from earlier caused a lot of stream delay for chat compared to the stream itself, and I cannot fix that unless I end stream. So I think after we finish the Fallen Sea Dog, we'll do that. We'll end stream and start again. As we move on to the second phase, and that way I can have my recording nicely cut up. And if this ends up being a complete waste of time, people on my VOD channel can skip it. No, it's fine, Miz. Again, once we finish the Fallen Sea Dog. What the? Okay. The music for the skeleton ship started before the thing.
Hey.
Oh. Here we go. I gave them some friends to deal with.
Oh yeah.
Oh, can you repair the mask, Foxy?
Yes. Yes, I can. Fine. I have wood. Okay. Ba-bam, ba-bam, bam.
There we go.
Okay, Master, you're gonna be okay.
They're sunk.
Haha.
But yeah, Miz, the first part of this, like the number of players isn't going to change the experience dramatically. It's really just a case of like Foxy and I filling for time while we sail between destinations to do one thing and then sail again.
We just show up, find our place, play our little song, and
But,
then we're back out to sea. Or so it seems to be, at least.
well, that's gonna cause you to pop up in the group thing. So let's not do that. It's not a bad idea, but it will mess with the Discord reactive images. So we'll just deal with the stream delay for now. For now. Wait, why did my spyglass change? What the fuck?
Changed?
Yeah, I don't have the pattern anymore.
Weird.
Or did I choose the wrong one? Because I showed it off earlier. Oh, I did click that? Weird. No, I definitely had it, and I don't think I switched it. But it changed to the Eastern Winds Ruby Spyglass for some reason. Which is not even one I casually use, so... Maybe one of the times that when we server merged did something.
Just messed it up.
I don't know. Weird.
Organizing things.
Yeah.
Ba-ba-ba-bow,
We're gonna swing by Mora's Peak and sell this stuff because, you know, the less appealing our ship looks for other people to attack, the better.
That makes
So,
sense.
The sooner we can sell the kingly stuff that we got, the better off we'll be. And then we got a storage crate, so we'll have a nice reload on our cannonballs in case more skeleton ships attack. I think it would be nice if they passively increased like spawn rates for stuff like the Shrouded Ghost during community weekends or something like that.
Yeah.
Without telling anyone.
Secret surprise.
Yeah. A lot of the new PS5 players have encountered the Shrouded Ghost and just been like, "Wow, I encountered this guy two times in the past 2 weeks. Is this rare?" And it's like everyone's just so upset at them. Like, then there's me with the amount of times that I play this game muted while listening to like ASMR or when I'm at work. Like the likelihood that I have maybe missed one, because there have been again seasons until very recently where they fixed how the megalodon behavior works, where they would just keep their distance from the boat. So if you were not like listening for them, they would appear and then not really engage with you.
Right.
So it's entirely possible to just not see them before they disappear. What kind of ship is that? It was a sloop. Is it a skeleton sloop? I think it is. The sail's not attached. I also don't want to aggro it. I don't want to... Well, lucky of you to win that giveaway. It's just a shame that the luck had a way of balancing itself out.
Yeah.
And then you can't help but think to yourself, well, I'd rather have the fan than, you know, a game. Or I have the thing that improves my quality of life than, you know, this thing I'm going to play for like maybe 40 hours and then move on to a different one.
Fun little game, though.
we did get sidetracked earlier, so like we were remarking about game time earlier, Foxy. I think like for a lot of people now let's ignore multiplayer games like the people playing Call of Duty and whatnot. Oh my god, and then there's a player sloop. You know what? Let's just go to Ashen Reaches. They're probably gonna be chill because anyone who goes, wait, is that a it's probably not barnacled. It's like anyone who goes to the Devil's Roar generally wants to avoid combat. Yeah, they're sailing away. We can probably go up to the west side. Anyway, so like for the longest time, I think a lot of the average playtime for like a JRPG would be like 80 hours. But like a lot of people that weren't into that genre would be like, oh, that's a lot of time to be playing one game, right? And then as time goes on, we started getting these massive like sandbox games and titles like Elden Ring, where it sort of become normal for like playtime for these, for even like the Western game fans to be spending like upwards of 100 hours, like 140 or so on some of these. And I've definitely have some playtime like that in some sandbox games and titles like Elden Ring itself. But I would definitely say that like within 100 to 200 hours is kind of like the average quote unquote long playtime for most people.
Right.
And then you have the people that are into, again, your multiplayer Call of Duties and your Fortnites and your Minecrafters, your Arks, your Sea of Thievers, you know, all that, where it's just
it's a whole other category.
Yeah. It's like these are your comfort games or your I mean, I wouldn't call a game like Call of Duty or Fortnite a comfort game per se, but it's it's your excuse for socialization.
Mm-hmm.
So again, let's vote in the purple tent here to be an emissary for the sovereigns.
I almost made it that time.
Almost. It is definitely harder to walk across the harpoon tightrope on a controller.
Tried.
Because you have to hold the stick forward while also angling it left and right to maintain your balance, and that's a lot more difficult than just holding W and then occasionally pressing D or A.
Yeah.
But I had the same thought, because Miz, don't you also use a controller to play Sea of Thieves? I might be mistaken there. Because I remember thinking to myself, like, wow, both of you seem to have similar challenges with the tightrope walking. And then I played with a controller myself, and like, oh, now I get it. Also, something that they do for these community weekends is they have these little picture walls for people to pose. So come join me in front of the picture wall.
Front of the picture wall. Wait, where are you at? Oh, aha!
At the end of the dock.
Dun 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 dun. Wee! Hell yeah.
I'm gonna emote.
I don't even know which ones I have.
Also, you're gonna enjoy this, Miss, the sequel to the Puppy Paw Wave, which is basically just like conga dance.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
Pretty solid stuff.
All right. Let's lower our flag again so that people don't
leave us
see us as a free meal. And let's head to Ashen Reaches.
Whee!
I see a shipwreck. I'm going to ignore it this time. It hurts.
Look at you practicing your disciplines.
But like there is a ship nearby, and I don't want to give them reason to pick a fight. But hey, there's a ship on the server, at least one of two, because I doubt that the streamer is a is a newbie ship like that because they had no customizations on their ship whatsoever. So probably new players. So hopefully that means they're and they just set sail on like a new voyage or something. So hopefully that means that they'll be chilling for a while. Yeah, I'd say that the paw wave is still better, but it's nice to have another one in a similar vein. Because now you can have multiple people doing like puppy emotes. All right, so this will be the Northwest Beach. I remember this one being a little confusing just because there are a couple locations that look very similar to the screenshot. But I think I can probably just head straight there. This is the benefit of me doing this before, is that we can kind of save some time. We are going to be going right past a an exploding volcano though, so
Neat.
keep your head on a swivel.
I will not make myself a target.
Actually, I take it back. If we get some good treasure, we might actually be able to reach our first distinction, because that ended up being like a quarter of a guild level, just a few like kingly chests and skulls. So that multiplier is doing some heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Because most of the time on these weekends, I've been doing other stuff other than grinding for the guild, and I forget how good the boost is.
That's significant. Literally. You said it's 2 times?
2.5, I think.
2.5 times.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, some like Golden Glory weekends are typically just double, and then community weekends typically go up to 2.5.
Nice.
May as well throw off the flag for the community weekends. Let's see. I like the Season 10 one. Yeah, here it is. Awarded to pirates who set sail during the Season 12 community weekend. Yeah, so we need to repair, like, immediately, because those are equivalent to being hit by a keg, I believe.
Okay,
So we probably have... Oh, no, that didn't do a lot of damage, actually.
Trying to see if it said... Do you repair from underneath?
Yeah. It's only the hull of the ship that takes damage, and it was just this hole right here. So we got lucky. We got lucky. Normally those do a lot more damage. Oh, it also hit the wheel.
Did it give you a pop-up to repair the wheel? Because that's what I thought.
You need to look at the specific spoke that's been knocked out, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or else it won't give you that prompt. Unless your entire wheel is fucked, then
okay.
then it will generally be like, hey, might want to repair that. Just a suggestion.
Just a thought. Just
a pro gamer tip. Okay, so northwest side, overlooking the northwest beach. Okay. I think the thing that threw me off about this originally is it's a lot more west than I thought it would be. I think it might actually be like leaning against this big old rock. Or it might even be further west beyond it. But we have a nice little landmark in that there will be like a barrel with a crate broken in front of it. So again, we can probably guesstimate. Oh, there's something shining on the shore. I wonder if that's a message in a bottle. Yeah. be. Yep. You can get a lot of those.
And all the goodies.
And an Ashen Guardian. Yeah, no, it's gonna be further west, I think. There we go. Just gonna put the skull there.
Since.
Here, have some pork.
Thanks. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, here we go. Mallet of the Myrrh. Perfect. Okay. So as nice it would be to do the Ashen Guardian stuff, it's gonna... the faster we do this, the better. So we can smell the roses later once we've completed this task. But there's still part of my brain that's like, I don't want our server merge to screw us over. All right. So now we get to go all the way over to Wanderer's Refuge. So that's going to be a big undertaking. Far to the northwest.
It's alright, we'll get there and it'll be awesome. And we'll have perfect waves between here and there. And
So you mentioned
Yeah.
waves. Unfortunately, that's the issue in that the way that the ocean is simulated in Sea of Thieves is that there is a current that goes from the northwest to the southwest. And what this means is that when you're going west, it is constantly pushing you south. And when you're going north or northwest or north-northwest, it'll start pushing you toward the east. And you constantly have to adjust your wheel or leave it slightly askew, and it'll always be knocking you aside. When you're traveling south or east, everything is fine, and the trip is smooth, and you can leave the wheel on its own. But
right.
unfortunately, we are going to have to constantly adjust the wheel to remain on course.
It couldn't be too easy.
So people do not like sailing long distances west or north, but unfortunately, the optimal way of doing this was going to be to do it clockwise like this, because when we wrap up at Smuggler's Bay, we're going to be right next to the shrine we need.
Makes sense.
And the wind does seem to be going in a favorable direction. Like, it does seem to be angling
Thank you,
towards
wind.
the west and maybe further northward if we're lucky. I mean, we don't have to go as much north as we do west, so...
That going for us. We got this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sail directly into the setting sun.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of lovely.
Mm-hmm. No, I've been remarking this, like, as I've been fishing, is, and just like, listening to some audios and stuff, you know, I've been appreciating the day-night cycle and the sunsets and sunrises and just the water, or the sun reflecting off the waves. Yeah, hopefully not, Miz. At the very least, it won't be like the end of the world if there is a Reaper, because, like, worst that'll happen is we'll get sunk and we'll spawn somewhere close by.
See,
Well, with any-
optimism.
Yeah. With any luck, we can finish this just in time for the next pop-up plunder to appear, because I think they're on, like, a 2-hour cycle.
Nice.
And then we can go for that next one. Might not even be a worthwhile reward. Like it might literally just be a box full of treacherous plunder, which I've already done all my grinding for, but you know, it'll still be fun to have achieved that, you know.
Absolutely. For no other reason than just to say that we did.
Yeah. Because there are a lot of things in Sea of Thieves that that cannot be reproduced at later points in time. Like even this, you know, little things like there's no reason for them to make it so that, you know, you can't, you know, still use the lantern and reveal the text. Because if it only happens when you have that one lantern equipped, then, you know, why not just leave it in the world, right? But it probably adds to the resources in the game, so. Yeah, as I was kind of remarking during my stream yesterday, like, indie games are always kind of a weird thing for me, because, like, obviously they're super, super popular right now, but I'm very picky when it comes to them. And, like, there are a lot of indie games that have phenomenal ideas or great concepts, or I'm in love with their art style, and then I get my hands on them, and it's like, this doesn't play the way I imagine, or it has, like, just one thing that kind of ruins everything else for me, or something like that. So, like, I had the Valley Peaks demo downloaded for the longest time, and, you know, there have actually been a lot of rock and mountain climbing games coming out recently for some reason, like, Don't Nod, the creators of the many LGBT themed, like, visual novel, mystery game, romance, mystery, whatever's, like, they made one called Jouissance. One just got announced during the Summer Game Fest called Cairn. And there's some other ones with, like, some different perspectives. And then, like, Valley Peaks definitely seemed to be the most simplified one. And it was also, like, a first-person perspective, and you had, like, your hands out, and it kind of looked like maybe it would have, like, grappling hook stuff or not, or wasn't really sure what to expect from it. And, like, how it actually feel to play, and, like, what the controls would be like. It looked like the controls would be super finicky. And I mean, yeah, switching between, like, controller and mouse and keyboard, I found that was a little awkward. I much prefer the controller gameplay myself.
Yeah.
When I tried to switch to kind of optimize my... Because there was a thing where you could... the developer's best times were recorded on these signposts, and you can challenge those, and I almost got there. I was like a second and a half off or so from their time.
Close.
So, like, at one point I thought to myself, like, okay, part of the problem is I'm not able to move my camera fast enough. But the thing is, the mouse and the controller sensitivity for that game is actually very similar. The mouse sensitivity is quite slow.
Yeah.
So, like, I could have done the same thing with the controller, really. Like, the mouse and keyboard is... The only difference is, like, are you clicking or using the triggers? And are you using space to jump or the jump button, the X button on DualShock 4, or A on a Xbox 360 controller? And it's a very simple game. You're pretty much just pressing 3 buttons for most of it. And
I can appreciate that.
Yeah. And it's just incredibly intuitive. And it's one of those rare examples where I'm like, yes, simple is best. I wouldn't even say even rare. I would say, like, most of the time simple is best, but at the same time, sometimes it's always too simple. Like, I feel like that's the thing for a lot of the cozy, wholesome games is they are really, really wagering on their aesthetic being the selling point. That some of the gameplay depth isn't there.
I'll agree with that. Which is, it kind of sucks, because I love cozy, like, just cozy, comfy games, but they're easy. So many of them you get bored of very quickly.
Yeah. And then you have the opposite end where it's like, do you want to play this new 8-bit throwback dungeon crawler roguelike card deck builder with permadeath? And it's like, there is too much going on here. There is too much depth in this gameplay system. I just want to boot it up and read like maybe a 5-page tutorial and play the game. Thanks.
Yeah.
And then you get other weird stuff like the counterpart to my experience with Valley Peaks was another game that came out recently or a demo that came out recently for a game called The Big Catch. And that game, it's one of those platformer games in the same vein as like your Mario 64s or any of the Mario games really, where there are a lot of like movement options. You know, it's like you get all the speedrun people that are just like making posts where they just say like movement, and that's the post, and it's like, yeah, okay, I get that you're excited, but calm down.
Take a deep breath.
And it's like, yeah, there were a lot of cool movement options and it felt really good to play, but the problem is you then get to the platforming sections and they design the game around a high level of competency and difficulty to appeal to that crowd, such that you find yourself having to do very complicated maneuvers almost every single jump of the game, and it just loses its fun factor because it's now it's not just like run and jump and, you know, be skillful with your maneuvering. Now it's like, okay, well, now every time you jump, you have to specifically jump, ground pound, jump the moment you hit the ground to get maximum height on your jump, and make sure you're angling at a wall so that you wall run and at the right height and speed, and then you connect to the other wall and you jump at the right time to wall run on a second wall, and then you need to jump into the abyss, make sure you catch the edge of the pole with the right timing so that you can then jump from that pole to the next pole. And it's just like, there are so many steps just to start this small platforming sequence.
Yep.
Like,
My brain's already spinning.
it does like the fact that the controls are intuitive and the movement options are there doesn't mean every single jump has to use like 3 different movement options. There again, beauty and simplicity. Just sometimes you just want a game like a 2D Mario where you're just running and jumping, but you can do so in fun and skillful ways. Sure, miss. Enjoy figuring out and then consuming food. Not me thinking to myself like, oh, we started pretty early, and then I look at the time and it's 8 p.m. and I'm like, okay, well. Time do be like that.
Time do be like that, especially on weekends. They say time flies when you're on a pirate ship.
Yep.
Crashing over ocean waves.
I think a better expression in this context would be it's a time sink.
Exactly.
We're about halfway to our destination. That's how long this has taken.
It really is a trip.
Yeah.
Alright. That's fine. We're gonna get there. I believe.
There needs to be... May have just come up with a new script idea.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
I was
yeah?
about to say there needs to be like a road trip movie, but it's just like a bunch of bros that find a pirate ship. Dude, where's my sloop?
I mean, you know. Get in, loser. We're going plundering.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun. See, I don't know. I think it would be fun. You just build these little script ideas and
Just go on little adventures with them.
I mean, some of them, like some is like audio roleplay scripts that I have read are just kind of inane, but they're fun for that fact.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're like, I have this idea and I want to do it, I just don't know how to do it. So like the next
Right.
time we hang out, Foxy, I've actually got an idea I want to brainstorm with you, but not on stream. Like as fun as it would be, I don't want to give away all the secrets.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I did think of one that I'm gonna mention just because I actually sent this to Kirsten. It was a I think it was like from a Tumblr thread or something parroting like a D&D game where like one of the players was like a werewolf or whatever, and they were like, okay, I want to howl at the moon, and they're like, okay, roll, and they roll a 4, and it's like you howl at the moon doesn't respond, and it's like that interaction already is really funny. But then they go to take a long rest, and then it's like a moon goddess appears in your dreams and says, "What the fuck you doing?"
The fuck was that attempted hell? Oh damn.
You're not wrong, Cthulhu's, but I don't know, that's more of a kid's adventure than a. I want to recontextualize that into more like again, like Final Fantasy 15 pirates.
Something a little more mature.
Yeah. But I thought it would be fun to maybe turn that into a into an audio in some way. I don't know exactly
That would be really
how,
fun.
but so my recent ideas have just been getting like weirdly inane. Like I was kind of like on course and like coming up with some wholesome ones, and then that one, like I came up with the one that I'm not talking about on stream, and then that one. And then I saw another one that was based on like a comic where it was like some like hot like Bishonen cowboy who was like interacting with some femboys, and then he like accidentally tied himself up, and like it was like obviously kind of like a kinky thing. But then I thought that could just be a fun excuse for a fucking like incompetent cowboy roleplay. Where it's like you're an outlaw and the incompetent sheriff has come to
I'm gonna take you in as soon as I can find my rope. God damn it. Not this shit again.
Part of what I see in my head is okay, so there's a fucking old ass video game for one of those old like computer platforms, not DOS, but one of those similar machines. The Town with No Name is what it was called. An adventure game with a very bizarre sense of humor, and stuff just happens very randomly. But you go to the tavern and your guy will say, "Give me a drink, bartender." And then the bartender sends a drink while some honky-tonk music plays. He sends it coasting down the bar, and you have a couple different angles as the bar glass makes its way to you, and you need to press the button in time to grab it, and then it goes like a little dun da da, and he gives a thumbs up to the camera. But if you don't press the button, then the glass just slides right off the table and shatters, and he has just the most dejected expression on his face. And you can do that as much as you want, and it's great. And I just thought like I should somehow factor that in.
Well, it's glorious.
And then the horse is just two deputies in a horse costume. I don't know. lot of directions you can come up with the incompetent sheriff.
Couldn't afford an actual horse, so we had to make do.
The town with no budget.
Oh damn.
Okay, so Wanderer's Refuge.
bright side, we're more than halfway there.
Yeah.
I've spent the last 3 days staring at the ocean from this one spot.
Okay. Far northeast side. Okay. This is an easy one to find, thankfully.
Yay! Helps to make up for the voyage getting there.
Yeah. And then we just have to sail north from here up to Smuggler's Bay, and then we can get in the shrine and have all of this effort be for nothing.
Ooh, my favorite.
What did
It's
you
okay,
do
the-
on Community
the
Day?
real
Oh,
treasure.
we proved that the game doesn't work.
Hell yeah.
To be fair, there's no reason for this content to still work, but like people have confirmed within the last year that it does, so
Alright.
no reason for them to patch it out. They would have mentioned in the patch notes if they did.
One would hope.
Yeah, one would hope.
Be fine. I got a good feeling. Bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. Kind of pretty over here.
Yep, we're back in the shores of plenty.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
we just left the ancient isles. Like I said earlier, you don't really notice anything special about the ancient isles, but then you get to the shores of the plenty, and it's like, oh, the water's so like cyan,
So pretty, yes.
Yeah.
It's glorious.
turquoise.
Mm-hmm.
So the location is going to be on like either side of this hill that we're approaching. It has like a tunnel underneath it. I'm just not exactly sure based on the hint that they're giving whether it's going to be on the left or the right side of it. I think it's going to be on the left. We just unlocked a title for whatever you were doing. I think you were sitting on the
Neat.
ship, and that counted. Because that's for a lot of like the ambient activities, like playing music, drinking grog, sleeping, sitting on the ship.
I'll get all of my achievements in that sort of shit.
Okay, so I think this is it right here. Ballad of the Mer. Stand here. Yep.
Thing? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Woohoo!
And then back to the ship.
Yay! Thank you.
No problem. I've been remarking to Miz that I have a feeling that eventually, now that we have the harpoon tightrope walking, that they might patch out sword dashing from the game. Like, obviously, there will still be the sword lunge for attack purposes, but the fact
Right.
that you can, like, if you remember, you guard, and then you charge, and then you jump after you perform the sword lunge,
Mhm.
and you can travel quickly through the water. Because I always been a little strange, like, explaining that to my friends that I introduced to the game. Because it's like, oh yeah, you know, here's the thing that you do for maximum mobility. And it's just weird that it's this kind of secretive thing that is obviously not intended, but they don't really seem to have any immediate plans to, like, patch it out or anything like that.
Right, not something they're not super concerned with.
Yeah, but it does play a large role in PvP, because it makes it easier to approach people's ships and board them. But now that we have the harpoon tightrope walking, so we can, go to islands in different ways and board ships as well by attaching our harpoon to another ship, there's less of an argument for that stuff to still be in the game, and it will make PvP, in my opinion, a lot better. Because you don't have to worry about getting boarded by random assholes, just dashing and getting a good, like pebble skip across the surface of the water.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where if it was just for mobility, I would say leave it in. But because it does have a significant importance in the balancing of the PvP meta, it does eventually need to go.
Yeah.
It's like, don't get me wrong, it's fun, but as we remarked, I think this might have been before stream, when I was explaining throwing knives, if you give gamers a tool, they will turn it into an exploit.
Absolutely.
As soon as humanly possible. Because as I was remarking, because I forget if I mentioned it on stream, when the throwing knives were first implemented, you could throw them at the anchor, and if someone tried to lower your anchor, they would pick up a throwing knife. Unless they were standing in the right spot or the right distance, it would then, you know, give them the anchor prompt. So you could do that with your own anchor. You could do that with someone else's anchor to prevent them from raising it, until they like grab a whole bunch of your throwing knives accidentally and fiddle around with that. So that was very quickly patched out of the game. You can still throw throwing knives on your ship and do fun stuff like that, but no longer can you block interactables on their ship. Because like one thing that you can do that's quite nice is you can like throw a bunch of throwing knives into the dashboard, so to speak, and then you can reload your throwing knives. And now I've got 10 throwing knives. Because I've got the 5 that are in my hands and my pockets, and then I've got 5 more that I can reload myself with without having to go below deck.
Yeah.
So there's still fun stuff you can do, but the more game-breaking stuff they've removed.
Rightfully so. Especially since this is the kind of game that focuses a lot on the PvP interactions.
Yeah, I mean, it does and it doesn't, because you don't have to engage in PvP, but
you also can
better...
be engaged with whether you like it or not.
Yes. PvP is not a consensual thing. And it is the other players and how good they are at the game that will decide how much of a nuisance they are to you, and whether they will leave you the heck alone. And even when they added, you know, because I still wanted to be fair to the people who do want to seek out PvP, because it is a pirate game. It is part of the experience. They want to make sure that you can't just dive to another island like when you're engaged in PvP. So you have to be at least 2 map squares away from any other ships for you to dive to another server. This does introduce a problem where someone is chasing you for no good reason and they are too close to you for you to dive if you just want to play the game again. Because I actually showed Miz some screenshots. It's like I finished my treacherous plunder grind, and then I decided to go to Moro's Peak and get some devilfish. And as soon as I spawned, it spawned me a plunder outpost. And as I was grabbing bait and stuff, because currently there are some bugs with grabbing bait in storage crates from the merchants. Sometimes you can't take them, so I thought I'll grab them at the outpost here, so that if they bug out, then I have a second chance once I get to Moro's Peak. And as I'm doing that, I look up from what I'm doing on my ship, and I see a fucking galleon with the Reaper's Mark flag. So they weren't representing Reapers, but they had the PvP, the old PvP flag that you can put on your boat that puts you on the map to basically say you're looking for fights. So they were just sitting there, anchored in front of me. And I was like, what are you guys gonna do? And they did nothing until I set sail, and then they just followed me across the entire ocean all the way to Moro's Peak, and they sent up a white flare at one point, and I'm like, I don't know if you're getting me to try and like anchor and converse with you, but I have no reason to. I'm just trying to go, and you're preventing me from getting there quickly, so I guess I'm just gonna host a Gold Hoarders voyage so I can farm nautical miles traveled while on voyage, while you prevent me from diving to that island. Cool.
Like, thanks, guys.
This what should have been a 1-minute teleport has now been a 10-minute trip. Thanks.
Yeah. I control.
And it was, again, probably a newbie ship, so they probably didn't realize that they were being a nuisance.
Right, yeah. No, that makes sense.
It was a galleon that was uncustomized. White sails, brown hull. A lot of newbies equip that flag because it's red and it has a skull on it, and it glows. So they think, oh, this is rad. It's a glowing, angry flag.
I mean,
They don't realize that it puts them on the map and communicates that they are looking for fights. It's like a sub story in Yakuza 0 where this guy who's got a stadium jumper, aka a stadion, as they decide to abbreviate it based on the Japanese term. It's basically like a jersey for a team, and I think it literally has like a tiger on the back with some kanji that basically says "Bring on the fights." And he's like, "I just want to cross this bridge in my new fancy jacket, but people keep attacking me. Can you protect me so I can walk across this bridge with my new fancy jacket? I want to feel fancy."
right? You're
So
like,
you
bro,
protect
get you a
him.
new jacket.
So you protect him as he walks. He slowly walks across the bridge, loud and proud, in his stallion, as you fight off, as you act as his bodyguard and fight off a whole bunch of people trying to fight him.
Oh, jeez.
It's one of my favorite side quests in that game because it's so stupid. It's totally on brand with like the role plays and stuff that we've been talking
Right.
about. It's
Hell
the
yeah.
same kind of insane nonsense. Okay, Smuggler's Bay is on the North Beach. And okay, this is another one that we can probably just gauge by eye. But of course, the fog is rolling in, and that's not going to help.
It would. We're so close.
Yeah, and the fog in this game is awful. It's really thick.
Really dense. Hell yeah.
Yeah, the fact that like Smuggler's Bay is one of the largest islands, you can no longer see it because of the fog,
Right.
says a lot.
Yeah. No, you are correct. It's we're just sailing into the great unknown.
Yeah, so Foxy, we're setting off the coast of Hawaii. Can you see the island?
Huh.
I mean, there's a bit of it that's showing up because we're so close to the coast, but
We'll be fine, Captain. Dead ahead. What could go wrong?
the skeleton's gonna
Crash!
shoot. Well, that could.
Cursed you, fog.
Oh, so I shared this with Foxy because I found it really interesting. I found a video from Save a Fox, which is a fox like wildlife shelter for I guess foxes that can't be released into the wild or need to be like taken care of before they can be, or whatever the case might be. And they post videos often to like raise funds and whatnot for their facility and stuff like that. So they had one video where it's like all the foxes on the facility get an egg, and they talk about how foxes need a lot of taurine in their diet, which comes from like protein-rich foods like meat and eggs. And I realized to myself, okay, so Foxy's a big fan of Monster Energy. it's somehow become lore accurate.
It was meant to be. I mean, I totally had the science in my pocket whenever all this stuff was formulated.
Well, we also had a conversation about Foxy's appreciation for beaches based on his fresh, almost hot off the presses audio roleplay, which I highly recommend listening to. It is lovely. And
I appreciate it, friend.
and
Beaches are lovely.
the link is now in chat if anyone wants to check that out.
Aw, thank you, friend.
Anytime.
Yeah, that's one thing that that appeals to me about Sea of Thieves. It's just lots of time on the ocean and on the beach.
Yeah, I mean, you were just sitting there on the. Most people I know that play this game with me, they will like be constantly running around the ship. Just you're the only person I've seen who is comfortable just sitting, just chilling.
Oh, nah, I could sit and watch the waves forever, man.
So, these are the ruins in the screenshot, I believe. That's the bell. So, I think I need to be about here, and it's going to be on this rock.
Oh, oh, oh. There it goes. Woohoo!
Okay.
Yay!
So what game recepts flavors have you tried, Foxy?
Honestly, I haven't tried a whole bunch of them. My roommate actually was the one who ordered a handful of them.
Ah, I see.
I will say,
mhm.
Blowhole Blast is actually really good, and it's really pretty.
Oh yeah, it's one of the best ones. The fact that the tub glows in the dark is amazing.
Hell yeah!
I love glow in the dark things. It's such a simple thing that I appreciate so much.
Did you have those little stars that you was stuck on your ceiling whenever you were younger?
Oh, 100%.
I
And on the
love
walls.
those.
Yeah.
Yes, and everywhere, absolutely. So good.
So I thought of this because I just mentioned your audio, and like one of the things in there is the spicy strawberry ice cream. So one of the flavors of so I mean there's already kind of a precedent for this because there's like jalapeno lemonade and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
One of the flavors is called Sigma Brain, and it's like lime and spice.
Oh.
That's one flavor that I want to try. I haven't tried it yet. I did try their lemon limeade, and unfortunately it's not the greatest.
Yeah.
There's a weird element to the flavor profile that I wasn't the biggest fan of, so I'm a little worried about how it'll taste. But a lot of people are basically saying it really just tastes like you've like put some peppers or hot sauce and like lime. I'm like that.
But honestly, I'd try it.
Yeah, 100%.
That sounds kind of appealing to me. I'm not gonna lie. One of my favorite drinks actually is a mango habanero, like whiskey.
Interesting.
So I don't know. I like the mix of the fruit and the spice.
Yeah. And the flavor combo like sounds like it would work together, but it would still be probably a weird sensation.
Yeah. I know one of the markets that I go to sells a lot of fruit, like pineapple, I think is the main one. That's like rolled in chili powder. And it's, I don't know, it's really good. Also tahine. I don't know if you're familiar with the seasoning tahine.
I wasn't aware that's how it's pronounced, but yeah.
Oh yeah. It's so good on fruit. Like it's really good on watermelon. I think that's my favorite way to have it.
I mean, there are a lot of like Mexican restaurants up here that have that as an option for seasoning some of their things.
It's delicious. It's also good on cucumbers.
I mean that makes sense because like pepper on cucumbers is it's pretty common.
It's like light and kind of refreshing.
Yeah.
With just a little hint of spice.
Okay.
The water here is purple, Captain.
Yep. So we have finished lighting all of the murals, so now we're gonna swim down to the bottom of the ocean.
Whee!
So I don't know if we've done a shrine or a treasury together, but you go to these destinations that have these like northern lights aesthetics, and you can swim down to the bottom of the ocean, and there will be either a puzzle location, which is a shrine, or a treasury, which will be like a horde-based wave combat thing. Once you get to the bottom, you're kind of looking for... I think I'm heading toward it right now. These little mechanisms that you can attack and let yourself in. Oh, look at like that. There we go. All right.
Neat.
So our first task is just going to be solving this shrine. And then we're going to be able to reach the mural. Once we uh,
I
get
was
to the other
expecting the water
side,
slide.
we are going to
Whoosh!
be in a hidden chamber that will fill with water, and we're going to need to interact with certain levers in a particular order before we drown. So it's going to be blue, pink, orange, and yellow. Now, again, the thing
Orange, yellow.
here is if you look at, there's a mural up to the northeast, east by northeast. So we're going to have to raise the levers, gem, coral, and then chain in that order. So the gem lever is down here.
Alright.
The chain ones are always going to be on the top, near the surface of the water. And the coral will usually be off to a little side path somewhere. And the coral lever is here. And then if we go up top, you can probably see the chain where you are. We'll do this 3 times to raise the water level, and then we'll be able to get a whole bunch of treasure at the top.
How?
It's a little finicky. There's a little stand. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So as the water level moves up, a different chain door will open, like in front of where I am. And there will be some other levers revealed down below.
Okay, so see, that one I'll let you walk right into.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but it stays in the same order?
Correct.
Okay.
So I'm going to look for gem. I think I might be going toward coral first, but... yeah, that's coral. And then it also spawns sirens.
Okay, so you said coral's back here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the original gem. We'll do these properly later some other time if you're interested in them, but and there are some journals that you can explore for like a commendation. You need to find all 5. They're like collectibles and they're strewn around the shrine, but let's focus on the task at hand to avoid server shenanigans.
For sure.
I'm still struggling to find the gem. Is the most difficult one to find. Sometimes I find it like right away.
Right.
I want to be careful here because there is a way out back into the outside. Oh, hello. All those guys have been dealt with. Yeah, that one's already pulled. Oh, I found it. Okay. There's a little side path that opened up here.
Get back to the coral one real quick. Right. And yoink.
And yoink. Now that I think about it, it's weird that there are sirens that drop sapphires, and then there are the warriors that drop emeralds. But there isn't one that drops rubies. So there's the third chain over there. And then I think the other two are going to be down below. Okay, so there's one red tunnel over here.
Ow, 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 ow.
And this is the gem. Good. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Oh yeah, that's probably the coral that you're heading toward.
Ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. And we are ready for this one, right?
Yep.
Cool. Yoink.
And now chain. Okay. Blue, pink, orange, yellow. So, here's the wall. And it's not working. Oh, wait, oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Maybe we both
snap.
need to be here. Okay, so again, we're gonna need to be quick. So blue, pink, orange, yellow are the levers we're gonna need to raise.
Okay.
So, another land dweller sees through my illusion and wishes to avenge the death of the sea dog. No matter. I have entombed his sister. And soon, I shall do the same to you.
Blue, pink, orange, yellow. Uh-oh. Are they raised? Ah. So blue.
Yep.
Pink. This one is orange. And then crank that.
Ranked.
And then over here. Oh, because the water doesn't start filling in right away.
I'll take it.
Hmm. Or it bugged. Who knows?
It's fine. If it bugs in our favor, it's alright.
Yeah, for once. It's very pretty. I love this aesthetic, though. I
It
wish
is
there was more
very
glowing
pretty.
coral stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Soon all shall come to believe that their noble pirate lord is the ruthless killer of his own son. He shall be cast out, and the world above shall descend into chaos. Pirates will no longer pose a
Enough! You killed my son, took my daughter, and why? All because you wished pirates to witness the wrath of the merciless pirate lord. Your Majesty, your wish is my command.
Oh, get fucked.
You're here. How did you know?
The Sea of Thieves faces so many dangers. That is why I came here once before, to seek peace with the Sirens. I asked DeMarco to be my envoy, a bridge between the two worlds, but he refused. Chose to depart rather than watch his father make such a foolish mistake. When I let slip that DeMarco was leaving, the Siren Queen saw her chance to discredit me. The logbook, the mutiny, even if I had spoken out, few would have believed me.
The Queen is gone now. People will come to their senses. They'll understand.
Perhaps. But that won't bring DeMarco back to us. For that, I have only myself to blame.
We mustn't lose hope. DeMarco's soul may still be out there somewhere. I won't rest until I know for sure.
That's my girl. Now, it's time for us to leave. I've got a lot of explaining to do.
Goodbye. There we go. The Fallen Sea Dog.
Neat. Hell yeah.
That was pretty cool. I'm actually, and it also answered the question I literally just asked. Who has the ruby? The fucking Siren Queen has the ruby.
There you go.
I
Getting
couldn't
some
have planned
answers.
that better.
Hell
You know,
yeah.
sometimes I plan for a stream and I'm just kind of thinking to myself, this is more for me than for anything else. But that kind of played out in a perfect way. Like that was content.
Hell yeah, can't beat that.
But yeah, so basically the entire thing, like the clues that were going back and forth, like while the event was going on, was suggesting a variety of things, and the entire idea there was that the Siren King was trying to set up the Pirate Lord is apparently killing his own son, and was all just a chance to frame him, basically. That said, that's going to return us to the ship. Let's see if we can just backtrack.
Ba-da-ba-bum, ba-da-ba-bum. Whoosh.
No, we'll have to go up top and go back down. And I'll take that opportunity to end my recording.
Hop, hop.
And go live again. Okay. We will be right back, everyone.